हेलो एंड वेलकम टू ए फॉर आर्सेनल। कैसे हैं आप लोग? माय नेम इज दक्ष एंड भाई वी आर बैक विद अनदर लाइव स्ट्रीम टॉकिंग अबाउट फुटबॉल, टॉकिंग अबाउट द रिजल्ट्स दैट हैव हैपेंड। अच्छा इवेंटफुल से एक दो दिन रहे थे। ऑफ कोर्स आर्सेनल जीती, वो वीडियो मैंने डाल दी थी। अगर आपने नहीं देखी है तो आप उसको चेकआउट कर सकते हैं वीडियो सेक्शन में आफ्टर दिस स्ट्रीम। And of course, there were a couple of games, important games yesterday. I think Spurs have won against Brentford. अच्छा कमबैक किया था, उसमें काफी कंट्रोवर्सी हुई थी। नील मोपे, of course, who else? उनकी वजह से। उसके अलावा सिटी वन वेरी कंफर्टेबली अगेंस्ट बर्नली। एंड फिर फाइनली लिवरपूल वर्सेस चेल्सी, जो आई थिंक इज द मार्की मैच ऑफ द वीकेंड। उसमें लिवरपूल ने काफी अच्छी सी धुनाई करी यार चेल्सी की। सो in this stream, I mean, of course, यार, you've heard reviews from all of your favorite creators, तो हम games को उतना ज़्यादा review नहीं करेंगे, but we'll sort of talk about उसका जो ये सारे games जो हुई हैं, उसके fallouts क्या हैं? Because in 4 days or 3 days, I think now, yeah, in 3 days, Arsenal play Liverpool, वो एक बहुत बड़ा fixture होने वाला है। Chelsea के upcoming fixtures बड़े interesting हैं। उस पे थोड़ी सी बात होगी। Spurs, now they're in the top 4, जैसे Aston Villa slip हो गई है, उसका क्या होगा? सो आई थॉट एक सॉर्ट ऑफ फॉल आउट वाला सेक्शन करेंगे हम इस स्ट्रीम पे, एंड देन पोस्ट दैट इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस विल डू इट। एक चीज और मैं अनाउंस कर देता हूं। आई एम थिंकिंग आई माइट नॉट डू इट इन द नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम, बट आई एम थिंकिंग कि अब से हर पोस्ट वीकेंड या जो भी मैचेस के स्ट्रीम होंगे ना, उसकी फर्स्ट 20 to 30 minutes आई विल कीप अ मेंबर्स ओनली चैट, बिकॉज थैंकफुली फॉर द ग्रोथ, आई एम ग्रेटफुल फॉर द ग्रोथ, बट उसकी वजह से काफी सारे मेंबर्स के चैट्स मिस हो जाते हैं। सो आई वांट टू गिव मेंबर्स समथिंग टू एटलीस्ट, मतलब किसी रीजन से तो वो सब्सक्राइब कर रहे हैं। आई विल ऑल्सो स्टार्ट मेकिंग members only videos पहले, so members will get access to those videos and some members only streams as well, but also members should also be the ones in the chat first जिनके questions सबसे पहले answer होते हैं। members only chill streams होंगी अब से uh, once a week, because in chill streams there are so many questions that members, especially if they are paying, they should be the ones who get the maximum attention we have. So first of all, hello to everyone. Tawasif, Tracy, General Trossard, Debu, Dabbu. Tracy is back here again. Liverpool keh rahe hain. I think I saw Renisu also, which is as shocking as anything, man. As shocking as the Paul Tierney refereeing yesterday. Where is my boy? Damn, I missed Renisu. Where is it? Oh, ये रहा। वापस से मेंबरशिप लेनी पड़ेगी। Up to you, brother. Up to you. You do already so much for me, so I will not push you. What trouble, Daksh bhai? We have been in trouble for 2 years, says Mursal bhai. मुरसल भाई, आपसे और चेल्सी फैन से तो मैं भी क्वेश्चंस करूंगा, बट व्हाट टीम, पहले तो उससे पहले यार बहुत टाइम से पोल नहीं किया है। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद अ सिंपल पोल, मैन। व्हाट शुड चेंज एट चेल्सी फर्स्ट? At Chelsea first, is it the manager? Just change the manager, or is it time to change the board structure, get new directors in, get somebody else who can take care of recruitment? Because clearly this Chelsea looks like it is ready for, it is ready for the next 4 or 5 years, but इतने सालों में, अगले 1-2 साल में क्या होगा मुझे तो नहीं पता, because the kind of strides other teams in the Premier League are making, it's kind of astounding. अभी हम उस पे भी बात करेंगे। दक्ष भैया फोड़ दिया जे एग्जाम। इताची, आई एम सो प्राउड ऑफ यू माय ब्रो, आई एम सो प्राउड ऑफ यू। कम ऑन bro, do you know about generative AI? Of course I use generative AI as much as possible. Tierney effed up the whole game, I agree. Renisu, love you. I said I love you too, my friend, I love you too. um both. All right, we'll see the polls, now. Let's start talking about the Liverpool Chelsea game, since that was the most popular game for the week. We'll use FOTMOB for this sort of analysis right now, ठीक है? पहले हम FOTMOB यूज करते हैं, मैं साथ में आई थिंक सोफा भी खोल देता हूँ, बिकॉज सोफा स्कोर गिव्स मी अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इनसाइट ऑन द एवरेज पोजीशंस ऑफ द प्लेयर्स एंड एवरीथिंग, तो उससे भी स्टेटिस्टिकली थोड़ी सी हेल्प मिल जाती है। बट अगर आप यहाँ पे परफॉर्मेंसेस देखिए, आई वुड से Petrovic being, is he the highest? No, Sterling is the highest. In fact, Palmer is the highest. I would say Petrovic is probably, उसको ज्यादा क्रेडिट मिलना चाहिए फॉर अ फैक्ट कि पेट्रोविच ने इतना ज्यादा हेल्प किया इस स्कोर लाइन को रखने के लिए। आई एम नॉट इवन जोकिंग गाइस, दिस कुड हैव बीन अ 6-0 7-0 वेरी इजीली। जिस फ्लो में लिवरपूल खेल रही थी, जिस तरह से वो अटैक कर रहे थे, जितने चांसेस लिवरपूल ने कन्वर्ट नहीं करे, इनफैक्ट मतलब इफ यू गो लिटिल बिट नीचे, चलो ये तो ये सारा हो गया, वेयर आर द स्टैट्स माय फ्रेंड, राइट? Even though they created a 2.9 xg, they had 28 shots with 13 on target, boys. 13 on target. चार बिग चांसेस में से दो उन्होंने मिस भी कर दिए थे. अगर वो दो बिग चांसेस कन्वर्ट कर लेते, इट वाज इजीली 6-0. But 13 shots on target out of 28. Their shots on target are three times as the number of shots that Chelsea had overall. Of course, they also missed a big chance. I think मेरे को याद नहीं कौन सा वाला था, but I think Nkunku scored a goal. If you look at the passes are fairly equal here. In fact, Chelsea were passing slightly better, more accurately, I would say. Fouls committed fairly equal, but I would say there's a little disparity in that foul वाला metric है मेरे हिसाब से, कि नहीं मिल रहा है. Missed a pen too. Yeah, man, crazy. Daksh bhai, do you you do have a job for us, my friend. We'll see. बात करेंगे उस गेम की भी. मैथ्यू, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर गिफ्टिंग 5 memberships. A big W for Matthew. Congratulations on your comeback win yesterday. We will talk about Spurs as well. So Abhijit, Netov, Tasif, Tanveer, AMD, everyone, congratulations भाई जिन लोगों को भी membership मिली है. Matthew, exactly. He's a Spurs fan, but it is, man. There are some good Spurs fans in the world, man. There are some really good Spurs fans in the world. Matthew is definitely one of them. जो लोग नए members हैं, there is a Discord link in the members only community tab. वहाँ पे link मैंने कल ही डाला है. You can follow, you can join the Discord. Confirmation एक बार डाल देना. And that's it, man. That's it. This time ain't my luck for membership. Yeah, you only make your own luck, and that is why I'm saying you should buy the membership. W for Matthew. Thanks, bro. Of course, yeah, Matthew is insane. Go for a real approach. We have enough youngsters to mix it up with some experience. Benzema would be perfect for us. The thing is, Emerson, Benzema's wage demands are insane right now. But I refuse to believe. Like, Abhi, I think you guys are letting Broja go for 5 million loan fee, straight loan, no obligations or anything. It's kind of insane that Chelsea, with the money they have spent. In fact, I think you have spent. You have bought some young person, na? इस साल भी अभी in January maybe some young kid, random kid. I think you've bought again. And so you see the stats, यार, it's absolutely insane. जो लिवरपूल ने चेल्सी की धुनाई करी थी, and this could have been really really bad. एक बार अगर मैं लाइनअप्स पे जाके एवरेज पोजीशंस भी देखूं, look at this, right? Look at the average positions of where Chelsea was essentially playing. This is Thiago Silva, who's the one up, marauding that. Disasi, sure. Chilwell at left back was good. I think Benoit Badiashile was the weakest link in defense. Um, Enzo was everywhere. Caicedo, little bit less. बट एक चीज मुझे पूरे गेम में ये दिख रही थी कि अगर आप इसको लिवरपूल के साथ करो, लुक एट हाउ हाई लिवरपूल आर प्लेइंग, मैन. It's almost 5 people, and Connor Bradley, a right back, is basically a right winger, and this is happening because ये दोनों जो है ना, Konate and Van Dijk, they are just operating at the peak that these two can handle everything thrown at them. These two can handle everything thrown at them. इसमें आप जो गोमेज भी देख लो, who's operating at a left back. I was really thinking अगर जो गोमेज लेफ्ट बैक पे खेल रहे हैं ना, one of Chelsea's width options, whether it is Noni Madueke or even if it's an overlapping Ben Chilwell with, I don't know, Sterling, maybe they can create problems, but it just felt like लिवरपूल हमेशा उनको पीछे पिन किए जा रहा था, पीछे पिन किए जा रहा था. Konate space is unreal, insane. Yeah, I completely agree. To be honest, लिवरपूल को देखकर थोड़ा सा डर तो लगा होगा आर्सेनल वालों को. Of course, यार, Anfield. It's not going to be an easy game. If Liverpool are playing like this without Trent, without Salah, विदाउट एंडो, ऑफ कोर्स यार, लगता है यार बहुत बहुत मुश्किल होगा. एक्सेल डिसासी भाई, डिसाई नहीं, डिसासी. Chelsea didn't commit any threat, to be honest, in the game. Agreed, Shashank. Completely agreed. Konate and Van Dijk is in beast mode. Bradley and Gomez are doing good. Of course, yeah, they're doing really well. But I think it all stems from the fact that these wingbacks, fullbacks, they can maraud forward without any pace. मतलब कुछ बिना कुछ डर के ये लोग आगे जा सकते हैं, ये सोच के कि भाई पीछे कोनाटे वैन डाइक संभाल लेंगे. क्योंकि अगर आप कोनाटे वैन डाइक को देखो, दे आर पेसी, दे आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, इनके बस का सब कुछ है. व्हाट कैन दे नॉट डू, राइट? मैं इसको थोड़ा-सा बड़ा कर देता हूँ ताकि आप लोगों को थोड़ा-सा बेटर दिख जाए। एंड सो विल मूव बैक टू दिस चेल्सी वाला थिंग मैन। वेयर इज़ माय बॉय कोल पामर? Look at Cole Palmer. He was starting as a false nine, but I hardly see him taking any false nine positions, right? False nine भी होता अगर तो I think ये वाला एरिया थोड़ा ज्यादा heat map पे होता. In fact, he was drifting towards the left itself. And Noni was holding the width, but look at this. His zones are just pretty much in the middle of the pitch. Sure, एक दो बार cutting करा उसने. No issues with that at all. But I think Disasi, of course, you can't expect him to overlap. Thiago Silva marshalling. It was basically a three back यार जो चेल्सी कर रही थी एंड बेन चिलवेल को विथ ऑपरेट करनी थी बट बेन चिलवेल एंड नॉनी मैडवेके की जोन्स बिल्कुल ज्यादा मेरे हिसाब से थ्रेटन ही नहीं लग रहे. अगर आप कंपेयर करो लिवरपूल की विथ से लुक एट द जोन्स जो कॉनर ब्रैडली टेक ओवर कर रहा था. ठीक है, लुइस डियाज ज्यादा कटिंग करता है बट लुक एट हिज ऑल्सो जोन्स जहां पे वो बॉल रिसीव एंड अटैक करता है. सो चेल्सी की यहाँ पे विथ थी नहीं तो मुझे समझ नहीं आया कि फॉल्स नाइन का फिर पॉइंट क्या था. बिकॉज जब आप यूजली फॉल्स नाइन स्ट्रक्चर्स देखते हो तो फॉल्स नाइन में क्या होता है, आपका अटैकर ड्रॉप इन करते हैं बट आपके जो विंगर्स होते हैं दे होल्ड द विथ एंड दे आर द वंस हु आर अटैकिंग. एंड सो इट वाज अ वेरी स्ट्रेंज वे फॉर मी टू सी कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है. साला इज इन ट्रेनिंग, हाँ वो तो मुझे पता है क्लॉप झूठा है, हम तो कल इसकी बात करते रहे थे ना जर्मन एंड झूठ की. So you know my stance on that, man. I'm a Chelsea fan, and trust me when I say this. This was the worst first half performance until they face a Real Madrid against. Until they face a Real Madrid. Madrid VVD is clown. Okay, greatest CB to ever play in the Premier League. I think there is a very strong argument for that. Madrid को फेस करते वक्त हमारा लक नहीं होता, मोस्टली इंजरीज होती हैं. लास्ट फाइनल में लिवरपूल वर्सेस मैड्रिड आर सीएम्स वर क्रैप. ओके, सो I think against Madrid, you have a different set of issues. First of all, would be that you are against one of the most attacking minded and paciest wingers. Dekho, Vinicius comes back and help, but he is already always taking that position near the halfway line. And Vinicius को आप space में ball दे दो, right? अभी सीन क्या होता है, अगर आप मेरे को जहां तक अगर प्रीमियर लीग में मैं सोचूं, देर आर कपल ऑफ काइंड ऑफ प्लेयर्स जो वैन डाइक या कोनाटे को थोड़ा ट्रबल देते, थोड़ा सा. Like, for example, when Trent was playing right back, Martinelli has a little bit of edge on him because Martinelli is somebody who thrives on pace. Martinelli को आप आगे बॉल दे दो, it becomes a competition of speed and strength. Strength में I think Trent overcomes, but Martinelli is clever enough to move forward. अब आप यही pace को double कर दो and थोड़ी सी creativity या technical ability और ले, you get Vinicius Junior जो he's मतलब you give him space, he'll cut in, he'll run past, he'll do everything. And in the past, of course, अगर आपको Vinicius ने आपको, I mean, even if you end up covering Vinicius, you end up leaving space for somebody like Benzema, right? So in the back, in the end, यार आपको ये सारी लोगों को कवर रखना पड़ता है. Benzema, Vinicius, Rodrigo. अब Benzema नहीं है, ठीक है. मे बी अगर इस सीजन मैड्रिड और लिवरपूल मिलते तो आउटकम शायद से डिफरेंट होते. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. लिवरपूल विन अगेंस्ट चेल्सी. मैड्रिड फैंस हाँ. Do you agree that City and Liverpool, these two teams win percentage is high and they win the Premier League? Yeah, their win percentages are absolutely insane. अगर आप लिवरपूल की वो रॉबरी हटा दो जो स्पर्स के अगेंस्ट हुई थी, लिवरपूल आर एक्चुअली अनबीटन इन 55 games. 55 games unbeaten is more than the Invincibles. They have a streak technically more than Invincibles. ठीक है, but only one defeat in the last 54 games or something like that, ऐसी कुछ है. So one defeat in the last 54 games ruins their invincibility. But it is what it is, right? What's the highlights? Connor Bradley, what a player, competition to Trent. I think so too, yeah. I think he's going to be a good competition to Trent. But listen, there is nobody like Trent, to be honest. Nobody like Trent. Unbeaten almost all of 2023. Exactly. 54 games, yeah. So that's what I'm saying, right? Like, वो Spurs वाली robbery को हटा दो, they have a record better than the Invincibles. But it is what it is, man. That robbery statistically ruins the record. But it is a very it's an insane record. 54 games में आप एक भी game नहीं हारे हो. That is title winning, right? Because if there are 38 games in a season and 54 is like 76 अगर आप कर लो, pretty much 2/3 of a 2 season window में आप 2/3 of the time successful रहे हो. So every 3 में से 2 मैच, in fact it's probably even more. ब्रो लॉस्ट लास्ट 4 मैचेस अगेंस्ट मैड्रिड लक इज अच्छा ठीक है ठीक कोई बात नहीं कोई बात नहीं थैंक यू स्पर्स yes bhai thank you spurs who thought who thought that our invincibility legacy will be protected by spurs bhai for some reason, I can't buy the memberships. I'm facing problems, but I can super chat. My friend, whatever you can do is fine. 200 people here. First of all, thank you so much for joining here. If you can already, नहीं किया है तो video like कर दो. It really helps the channel grow. 64 likes only. Come on, guys. I expected a little better. Anthony Taylor, you will not be forgiven. Bhai, that VAR, that it was, I think it was a VAR thing, to be honest. Anyways, guys, Madrid Liverpool next season के Champions League में कर लेना. Thank you so much, Eugene, for the 3001 यार. So, uh, yeah, coming back to this. Now, there are of course two conversations happening. Number one, let's talk about it from a footballing perspective, right? Simon Hooper tha. Yeah, I think it was Simon Hooper. Yeah, Simon Hooper and people at VAR. Maybe Anthony Taylor was at VR. I don't know. हम क्या करेंगे एमिरेट्स पे बात करते हैं उसके बारे में केशव उसके बारे में बात करते हैं सो number one, are Liverpool the outright title favorites? If you had to assign a percentage, इतना परसेंट चांस है लिवरपूल का टाइटल जीतने के लिए, इतना परसेंट चांस है मैन सिटी का टाइटल जीतने के लिए, इतना परसेंट चांस है आर्सेनल का टाइटल जीतने के लिए, और and then the rest. You want to do it Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. How much percentage adding up to 100% do you give Liverpool the chance to win the title and then Man City to win the chance? Man City का chance to win the title. I would say Man City अभी भी KDB आता ही प्रीमियर लीग को हिला डाला. Exactly, man. The guy is like playing like he's never, left the league. Jota plays better at the Emirates. True. 60% Liverpool, City 40%, to be honest, as Eugene. Rahul says the opposite. 60 Liverpool, 30 sorry, 60 City, 30 Liverpool, and 15 Arsenal. That is 105%. So Rahul is an overly optimistic person. I love that, Rahul. I love that from you. 30% Liverpool, 50% City, 20% Arsenal. Varun says 70 for Man City and Liverpool ke liye 30. 55 for Liverpool, 45 for Man City, 51 Tottenham, says Tracy, and 49 Liverpool. City 60, Arsenal and Liverpool 2020. All right, all right. दिल बोलता है लिवरपूल पर दिमाग बोलता है सिटी. It's 50-50, you say. Of course, in pure mathematical probabilities, it is 50. Either Liverpool will win or City will win. If you have those two as your contenders. 60 Liverpool and 40 for City after Klopp's announcement. That's a good point, Umesh. And I really want to ask, एक तो यार देखो, I think बाबा ने भी अपने रिव्यू में बोला था कि of course there will be an impact of Klopp's announcement कि देखो यार मतलब सब इमोशनल हो जाएंगे कि लाइक देखो क्लॉप जा रहा है, वी हैव टू डू समथिंग वेरी स्पेशल फॉर हिम, वी हैव टू डू दिस फॉर हिम, वी हैव टू डू दैट फॉर हिम. देखो कंस्पिरेसी थ्योरीज तो चलती रहेंगी कि अब क्लॉप का फेयरवेल टूर है तो प्रीमियर लीग हेल्प करेगा. आई पर्सनली डोंट बिलीव इन दैट. 30 Arsenal, 20 Man City, 50 for Klopp. All right, noob killer. I will say this. Luton Town 100%, man. Shout out to Luton Town, man. What a team. Okay. Now, do you think a Premier League can only be won on emotions? Right now, if City win their game in hand, if I'm not mistaken, if City win their game in hand, they will be 2 points behind Liverpool. You know why I am not, why am I slightly little hesitant on giving this percentage में कुछ ज़्यादा ही, like it will be for me 51-49 अगर मैं सिर्फ उन दोनों के City 115%. Very original but very funny nonetheless, guys. Love you too. All right. And so अगर City अपना game in hand जीत जाती है, which I think they will, 49-51 points types हो जाएगा. Then I think Liverpool versus City is at the Etihad this time. If not, the Emirates. Is it at the Etihad? इस बार City and Liverpool वाला? Exactly. 1-1 draw हुआ जब ref blew the whistles when City were countering. Who knows? Was it that not Aston Villa? I feel it was Aston Villa. या फिर मेरे को गलत है. ये पोल डाल दो, कैन लिवरपूल नहीं यार, ये तो आई जेन्युइनली वांट नॉट कि yes or no Anfield पे. Oh damn. It could be something then. It could be something. It's at Anfield. And so Liverpool just need a draw, but you know for a fact they're going to go for a win. And you know, the thing about Anfield is now, At Anfield, you have to play in a different way, which was why I was slightly surprised that Chelsea played the way they did. They played like they always do, playing out from the back, a back three of three central defenders, a wing back, either Gusto or Chilwell providing the width, Cole Palmer dropping in spaces, Madueke trying to dribble and Sterling trying to dribble. सेंट्रल से कोई आके रन्स मार देता है जैसे आपका कभी गैलेगर हो जाएगा, अदर टाइम्स इट विल बी एंजो. All right. So I thought that Chelsea would have played a little differently, but nahi khela unhone. And that mere hisab se got free membership for 3 months. Will I get again? Damn, Eugene, देखना पड़ेगा. But I hope you do. I hope you do. We drew at the Etihad. I know. But मैं Anfield की बात कर रहा था. That Anfield is going to be an issue because teams usually play very differently at Anfield, man. जब हम अभी इस बार Anfield पे खेलने गए थे प्रीमियर लीग पे, we got a goal early, and then the momentum just keeps shifting, and eventually by the end of it we were playing a completely different game. And so at Anfield, teams have to readjust, and I think Pep also readjusts to Anfield. You see some of his most iconic changes at Anfield, where Bernardo will not be an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder. He'll be deployed more on the wing. Where Kevin De Bruyne will not play as advanced. He'll be building up from deep. It'll be very interesting to see what happens at Anfield. But Liverpool have to get a positive result at Anfield. If it's if it's anything like if Man City win at Anfield, it's over, mere hisab se. Because if I look at Man City fixtures, I think their next tough fixture is, so they played Burnley yesterday. Brentford they will manage. इसको ही share कर देते हैं. And let me show you Man City के आने वाले fixtures. They should win against Brentford. They will win against Everton. Copenhagen is easy, so no stress there. I think we all know what Chelsea's fate is going to be. Again, Brentford against Bournemouth against this. This is an FA Cup game. Manchester Derby कुछ भी हो सकता है. Depends on what kind of mood Man United are in. This man on 9th March. This 3 games, maybe 4. These 4 games are the most decisive for Man City. And if they get a strong win at Anfield, I think they win all these 3. Simple सी बात है. City will thrive on that sort of momentum. Exactly. ये गाली and caps मत करना. आप time out हो जाओगे. I don't want you guys timed out. And they time out members also, the bot. So the bot is very discriminatory. ये title race क्या होता है? अपना एम top 7 है आना. अपना competition Wolves और West Ham है. You play your competition today, Aman. You play your competition today. ईयरबड्स पहन के भेजो अपने प्लेयर्स को. बड़ा मुश्किल होता है यार. And Anfield में है कुछ. There is something at Anfield you have to change. The question is that does this retain after Klopp goes? But I think that's for another stream. 30th March, my buddy. 30th March को क्या है? 20th April, 3rd, 16th, 30th March is Arsenal Man City. Yeah. And that is at the Etihad. Can we do something? Let's see. वो तो हम बात करेंगे. But the question was, can Liverpool purely win this based on emotions? Because I think emotions की fragility इतनी ज़्यादा होती है ना. A couple of games which go against you, a couple of results which are sucker punch results, and suddenly the emotionals just go off, man. City versus Arsenal. I'm with Arsenal. Thanks, Dabbu. 4 साल से मैं देख रहा हूँ जैन के बाद अनबीटन रंग भाग जाती है. And that's the thing, man. City right now are, like I said, they have the best players, guided by the best manager in the world. And उनका स्टार स्ट्राइकर अभी आएगा. और उनका जो अभी बैकअप स्ट्राइकर जूलियन एल्वेरेज है वो भी अच्छे से कमान संभाल रहा है. एंड कल अगर आपने बर्नली वर्सेस मैन सिटी देखा हो, मैंने नहीं देखा. Emotions can deliver, emotions can destroy. Completely agree, Eugene. I think last season we started running on emotions a lot against Villa, against Bournemouth. It was super emotional for us. And it started draining a lot. When things weren't going, those emotions started playing against us. Emotion gets vanished when it comes up to City. Looking at City March fixture, I can see we be very much favorites. Liverpool, Arsenal, Brighton, Villa. Oh, it's going to be very tough in March for them. They have Tottenham away left too. Look, I think in the second half of the season, I think Liverpool have played Chelsea. I don't think City have played. Oh, they played Newcastle already. So they have played also a big 7 टीम. 13 जैन को उन्होंने खेला था. उन्होंने न्यूकासल को 3-2 हरा दिया था. And so I will say that they have pretty much the same number of teams to play. If we get something, because let's be honest, guys, I will say this: अभी जो Anfield पे 3 दिन पे match है, if we lose that, our title chances are 1%. That's it. Then it's all 1%. 1% जो भी आपकी मेहनत से होगा, 99% faith है आपकी. And so Arsenal versus Liverpool becomes a very crucial fixture, not only for Man City, because Man City fans would hope that Arsenal do something for them, because that gives them the opportunity to climb above Liverpool. We will be then, if I am not mistaken, if we win against Liverpool at the Emirates here, we will be 2 points behind Liverpool. And अगर उस Man City Liverpool वाले game में कुछ हो जाता है, then we can climb above Liverpool. We got dropped, not gonna lie, even if Liverpool deserved to win. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. See, depending on what your point of view is, if you feel that अगर आप लोगों को लगता है कि फर्स्ट वाली पेनल्टी थी, then I can completely understand. I think by the time Nkunku wali penalty हुई थी, it was 3-2. Could have happened, but I would be very surprised if Chelsea would have turned it around from them. Who, according to you, are young candidates who have potential to become best GK? The thing is, quantum fighter goalkeepers ke saath na, it's a very difficult thing to predict, simply because the best years of a goalkeeper usually come towards the later end of their career. If you see some of the peak goalkeepers, right? You see Van der Sar, you see Czech, you see Allison. Allison, at Roma, Allison was behind Wojciech Szczesny. He was behind Wojciech Szczesny. Buffon ka to chalo longevity is the whole thing, right? You look at Lloris. So many keepers usually have their peak period at the later end, 28, 29, 30, 31, जहाँ पे उनके रिएक्शन शायद से स्लो हो जाते हैं, बट उनकी डिसीजन मेकिंग एंड आईक्यू रियली गोस अप. टेस्टेगन टेस्टेगन कितने साल के? 28, I think. That's how old he is. So I still don't think he's 31 years of age. So yeah, now his peak will probably come. Onana आने वाला है प्राइम में. Courtois as well, yeah. हाँ, आर्सेनल का होम पे है राहुल. Or black, yeah. So you see all these keepers, they have a nice bloom towards the end of the career. And so young keepers is very dicey. For example, Gianluigi Donnarumma at the age of 17 made his Milan debut, right? Played for Milan for a few years, was the hottest commodity, got bought out by Paris Saint-Germain. And look at, nobody talks about Donnarumma, right? If somebody says ki bhai, we want to buy a keeper, Donnarumma used to be the first name on everyone's lips, because everyone used to think yeah, Donnarumma to kar dega. But for Italy, but for even PSG, it's not looking good for him. You look at Keylor Navas. Keylor Navas hardly got opportunities during his time. But when he moved to PSG, even at Real Madrid, I would say, Keylor Navas was really good at Real Madrid. He was very good at PSG as well. इनफैक्ट एक दो गेम्स उसने फॉरेस्ट के लिए भी अच्छे खेले थे. एंड देयर इज नो हाइप दैट एवर मैचेस, आई विल से देयर विल बी नो कीपर हाइप दैट एवर मैचेस डोनारूमा's हाइप. आर्सेनल यूसीएल हम बाद में बात करेंगे यार. सुमन, आई स्टार्ट दिस, आई टॉक अबाउट दिस लेटर. हैंग ऑन, इधर ही रहना स्ट्रीम पे. Raya, yeah, who knows, man. Runar Alex Runarsson has 6 months on contract. It currently sounds like will be mutually terminated, so he can leave for free. Terrible, man. Our goalkeeper signings largely have been very disappointing. Yeah, they have been good. I think Ramsdale was good. I think he can still come good. जैसे उसकी age बढ़ती रहेगी. I think Raya has been nice, but man, Runar Alex Runarsson, Matt Turner, Arthur Okonkwo himself doesn't look that great. बड़ा मुश्किल लग रहा है. Vicario is much greater than Donnarumma at this point of time. 100%, it looks like so. It does look like that Vicario is much better than Donnarumma. But Donnarumma की hype की हम बात करते. Bernd Leno, yeah, what a guy. You got UCL knockouts and Big Six matches in March, but come on, man, calling it UCL knockout with Copenhagen. Maddie Ryan, though. Maddie Ryan, what a guy. The guy was always an Arsenal fan, dreamed of playing for Arsenal. We got him on a 6-month loan and then he effed off to Australia again. मजे आ गए. रैम्सडेल का इश्यू क्या है? मेरे को तो अच्छा लगता था यार. रैम्सडेल इज अ ग्रेट पर्सन. ही इज गॉट गुड मेंटालिटी, राइट? हमने लास्ट वॉच अलॉन्ग में इसी के बारे में बात की थी, दैट फॉर रैम्सडेल he has got good mental attributes, but his goalkeeping very suspect, right? So in big games, like in games like Anfield, jahan pe crowd is all over you and everything, he is somebody jaise लास्ट वाली गेम में ट्रॉसार्ड ने अपना दिमाग ना ठंडा रखा था. रैम्सडेल कैन बी समबडी हु कैन कीप हिज mind a little शांत in the most toughest mental challenges. Problem is his goalkeeping. Now, sometimes his erratic goalkeeping produces the best saves, but a lot of times it costs the team in terms of stability, structure, and safety. Right? You can see his two games this season. I think he's played three games this season. Two out of those three have been not great. Against Brentford, he was bad. He was absolutely terrible against Brentford. He hit the ball on the ground. He miskicked it a couple of times. He just wasn't secure at all. And so all I'll say is that Ramsdale ki the thing that works in Ramsdale's favor is that mental attributes you cannot coach. You are either a mentally strong person or you're a mentally weak person. This is just a part of you growing up and your lived experiences. But coaching can always be improved, and your goalkeeping aspects can हमेशा से गोल कीपिंग एस्पेक्ट्स हमेशा से इंप्रूव हो सकते हैं. राया के अभी गोल कीपिंग एस्पेक्ट्स बेटर हैं और उसके मेंटल एट्रीब्यूट्स मुझे नहीं लगता उतने बेकार हैं. मतलब इट्स नॉट अ बिग डाउनग्रेड ऑन रैमस्डेल, बट इफ यू लुक एट Ramsdale, all he needs to do is be patient. The thing is, Ramsdale का rise इतना sudden हो गया ना उस आर्सेनल वाले सीजन की वजह से. He was right at the edge of becoming England's number one keeper. He was about to displace Jordan Pickford and Nick Pope at one point of time. He got the England call up. अब उसको लग रहा है कि अगर मैं बेंच पे बैठ गया तो मेरे को इंडियन कॉल अप कैसे आएगा. And there will be some other English keepers like James Stafford and वगैरह who will also be in the hunt because James Stafford Burnley के लिए बहुत diligently खेलता है. सिटी अकेडमी के लिए he was a really good keeper. And so he is getting a bit impatient in the sense that he feels that अगर momentum बना है to be England's keeper, I cannot lose my place because once you are out, you're sort of out वाला हो जाएगा. And so वही है. आराम से easy Eugene. Thank you so much यार. Um, Martinez का of course है. Martinez is the biggest example of a late bloomer. He was absolutely crap at Arsenal until the point we were forced to play him. And trust me, when he was first time in goal, na, everyone was talking about his game. जब आर्सेनल 7-5 जीती थी रेडिंग के अगेंस्ट 7-5 वाज द स्कोर. अगर आपने वो गेम की हाइलाइट्स नहीं देखी यूट्यूब पे मिल जाएंगी. देखना आर्सेनल वर्सेस रेडिंग एफसी 7-5. अनफॉर्चुनेटली रेडिंग इज नाउ गोइंग टू शट डाउन एज अ क्लब. उनके फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज बहुत ज्यादा हैं. बट वन ऑफ द मोस्ट मेमोरेबल गेम्स ऑफ फुटबॉल आई रिमेंबर वॉचिंग. उसमें एमी मार्टिनेज ने इतना हगा. Like we kept on sending him on loan and suddenly usko ek chance mil gaya Arsenal mein and he did so well. And then he backed himself, got a World Cup. Yeah, the rest is history, man. Mope supremacy Martinez gave his career. भाई insane भाई. Shamak का वो last goal था and उसने ऐसे ऐसे celebrate किया था. भाई we were down 4-0 at one point of time I think or something like that. या 4-2 था ऐसे कुछ था. And then finally we ended up winning 7-5. So how did the club identify this lad has potential or is it just luck कि चल गया तो बढ़िया है? Yeah, quantified the thing with young kids is it's always about potential. So you grab a bunch of them and you hope some of them turn out to be good enough. Now, to make it at the team is a big thing. Like these profiles like Trent, Saka, Smith Rowe, even Nketiah, I would say, are very rare that वो academy से जाके सीधा first team पे जाते हैं. Most of these are either let go in the middle. A lot of them are then also sold. For example, Arsenal में इतने सारे थे. If you're an Arsenal fan, आप लोगों को याद होगा Gideon Zelalem, हैं? Plezi Guelo, there was a Spanish guy. There was और कौन था? Sirjan Catalin अभी तक start नहीं करा. Omari Hutchinson tears up the under 18s. Didn't work at Arsenal, didn't work at Chelsea. Now he's at Ipswich. Right? इतने सारे. Marcelo Flores, Mexican था. Apparently one of the best talents gone. Lino Sousa, right? अभी एस्टन विला चले गए हैं. क्या होगा उनका कोई पता नहीं. एंड सो यही बात है कि बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जो एक्चुअली आपकी टीम्स में बैठते हैं. सो यू हैव टू गैदर अ बंच ऑफ देम एंड दीज गाइज हैव इनटेक्स इन डजन्स में इनटेक्स होते हैं एंड बहुत कम लोग इनका एक्चुअली सर्वाइव करते हैं. The people you actually see on the pitch, I'm not even saying Premier League, the people you see on the pitch are probably just 80% of the people who actually get into football. How we plan our transfer window, lol. नहीं, like for example, I remember a couple of years ago मैं आर्सेनल के रेडिट पे था And there was a guy who was telling me कि who's posted कि देख आर्सेनल का कोई टूर था and Rob Holding was walking around. So they asked Rob Holding to join them in the game. ठीक है, Rob Holding, हाँ, and Rob Holding played striker in that pickup game, ऐसे casually. And he said Rob Holding destroyed every one of us. He said that you cannot imagine a defender in the Premier League is the best attacker you will see in your entire life. That amateur level पे एंड सेमी प्रो लेवल पे खेलते थे वो लोग. सेमी प्रो लेवल से भी बेटर अटैकर्स होते हैं प्रीमियर लीग डिफेंडर्स. सो यू कैन इमेजिन व्हाट इज द लेवल ऑफ क्वालिटी आपको इतने ऊपर तक पहुंचने का होता है. हाँ यार, एज ए वॉज इन आर अकेडमी. चेल्सी का तो यार आधे से ज्यादा लूटन तो चेल्सी की बनी हुई है, राइट. एंड सो यही है. बेन वाइट का इशू भी बता दीजिए भाई. इंग्लैंड स्क्वाड में देखना था एक बार. या बेन वाइट आई थिंक ही हैज उसका और फोर्डन का एंड साउथगेट का कुछ रिफ्ट हो गया. दैट्स व्हाट आई थिंक. How do you think Emmy Martinez a let go kind of scene for Emmy? Do you regret? Yeah, in hindsight, of course you regret. I wanted Emmy to stay. It was just that it was a gamble at that point of time. आप सोचो, ठीक है. मान लो सबका डैडी आप एक चेल्सी फैन हो, ठीक है. लेट्स से अभी तो चलो रॉबर्ट सैंचेज एंड पेट्रोविच है, तो लेट्स नॉट डू इट दैट वे. ओके, लेट्स से यू आर अ लिवरपूल फैन, ठीक है. मान लो एलिसन गॉड फॉरबिड इंजर हो जाता है and Kauming Kelleher has the best 6 months you have seen from a Liverpool goalkeeper. And then at the end of the season, Kauming Kelleher says, "Ki bhai, um, make me the number one." Allison ne, make me the number one. I have delivered you a trophy. I have delivered you one trophy. Um, हाँ, sorry यार ट्रेसी, मैं कर दूंगा उसका comment change. Give me the Liverpool number one shirt. Allison, I don't care. I have been the number one for the last 6 months. I have been the best. And जो भी नया manager है will be like, brother, मतलब we're talking about Allison here. And so of course we had Leno at that point of time who was the number one, and we said to Emir, we can't guarantee you starts, but you'll definitely play all the cup games. You are definitely the cup keeper. And he was like, nah, nahi chahiye. And then we asked, then there was interest in Emmy Martinez from Aston Villa, and there was potential to get money for Emmy Martinez. And we were like, theek hai. I mean, if you don't want to wait, then fine, man. Fair enough. Why do we always mess up handling our goalkeepers? Yeah, a goalkeeper solid dynamic is a world-class goalkeeper, theek hai, and then an understudy. City is the only anomaly in this because City have one world-class and one semi-world-class goalkeeper in Ortega. Okay? But if you look at this, most other teams have this. अब कोई बोलेगा दक्ष भाई ओनाना तो ऐसा नहीं है. हाँ, मैन यूनाइटेड भी अलग है. But all I will say that this goalkeeping wala thing na, you can't have two super competitive keepers all the time. You can have it for 6 months, 1 year. If we manage to convince Aaron Ramsdale to stay, solid bhai, absolutely solid. But I was really hoping because of his mental attributes he will push Raya out of contention, but उसने नहीं किया, so that sucks a lot. क्या कह रहा है राहुल भाई? Where is Rahul? This is what, man. This is why I think kabhi na. I think towards like the last 10-15 minutes we'll change the stream to members only, so only members get to speak. What has more chances of happening? Arsenal league win or Osimhen to Arsenal? This season, I will say Osimhen to Arsenal has a larger chance of happening. Look, man, I think for us to win the league, a lot of things have to go right. One, Liverpool and City both have to slip. Two, we have to be absolutely perfect with our execution. कल आपने देखा, जैसे लिवरपूल वाली गेम की बात ही कर लेते हैं. डिएगो जोटा ने, मतलब उसने रन किया, थियागो सिल्वा ने डिफेंड किया, जोटा पे बॉल लगी एंड उसके बाद चला एंड उसके बाद गोल हो गया. सो हमें ना सॉर्ट ऑफ समटाइम्स ऐसा टाइप का लक चाहिए डेडलॉक ब्रेक करने का. अगर आपने आर्सेनल वर्सेस फॉरेस्ट देखा, फर्स्ट हाफ में पूरा चढ़े हुए थे उनके ऊपर, बट कुछ एक भी शॉट ऑन टारगेट नहीं मारा. सेकंड हाफ में चलो शॉट्स ऑन टारगेट आए, बट या आई टोल्ड यू जोटा विल बुली चेल्सी. यार देखो ऐसे तो जोटा इज अ सॉलिड प्लेयर. आई एम श्योर ही इज गोना गेट ऑन द स्कोर शीट अगेंस्ट आर्सेनल आल्सो. भाई 70 लाइक्स और 200 मैन कर दो जल्दी से. 280 पीपल आर वाचिंग. Your favorite subscriber is back after a long time, which you don't remember. Ryan, you are my favorite. I will remember you from now on. Ramsdale wants to leave because Southgate has said he needs to play regularly to get into Euros 2024. And if he wants to play regularly, man, just unseat David Raya. That's the best way to go about it. अभी Forest ने have started asking for Aaron Ramsdale, and we're not selling Aaron Ramsdale for less than 45-50 million. And if you're terminating Alex Runarsson, then we have zero keepers. Arthur Okonkwo is on loan. Carl Hein बच जाएगा हमारे पास. Bro, Arsenal offense sucks. That's why you're lacking. Would you mind selling some strikers to get a clinical one? Our attack doesn't suck, to be honest. Let me see if I can get the full Premier League table for you guys. I don't think our attack sucks. It sucks at conversion, but overall, it does not really suck. Let's see. PL table full. Right? I mean, the most goals in the Premier League are City and Liverpool 51, followed by Tottenham 47. उसके बाद हमारा न्यूकासल का एंड विला का सब 44 गोल्स पे हैं. I don't think having like the third or fourth best number of goals sucks. In terms of chances, we are the top. Okay, conversion is the issue. So like this is our attack with conversion issues, having the third or fourth best number of goals. You compound that with the fact that we are better off defensively. Technically, I will say, um, in an overall sense of performance, we have made a positive stride in terms of the attacking and defensive numbers. In points, of course, we haven't. Um, I'd say just not clinical enough, I would say. Yeah, if you're saying clinical, then I completely agree. Dybala to Arsenal, to be honest, I don't, man. I don't. Pep didn't consider Jesus as a striker. Um, yeah, fair enough. I can't even say anything to it. ये 44 गोल्स वाले हमारे 20 भी नहीं होगा. हाँ, वो तो है ऋषि भाई. कैसे हो? लॉन्ग टाइम नो सी या. कैसे हो बेपरा? नाइस टू सी यू हियर एज वेल. Most of them goals are from set pieces, and I honestly don't think that's a bad issue. For example, एक चीज दिखाने दो मुझे आप लोगों को, ठीक है? When we played against Nottingham Forest, we faced the lowest low block in Premier League this season at least. I'm not sure if it's only this season, but it was one of the lowest low blocks faced. Um, Sorry, I don't know if it was like the overall Premier League, but this season ka definitely it was one of the lowest low blocks ever faced. There were at every point of time 20 players, 21 players in the opposition third. Here you go. Wait. Oh, yeah, there you go. So if I share this one, where is it? Yeah, look at this. If you look at the action zones na, this was the low block. And sometimes what happens is, अगर आप चैंपियंस लीग में आर्सेनल को देखोगे and प्रीमियर लीग में आर्सेनल को देखोगे, it's a completely different story. Why? Because मैंने जैसे बताया, चैंपियंस लीग में ना सारी टीम्स अपने लीग के दादा होते हैं. तो किसी को मंजूर नहीं होता जब तक एक क्लियर डिफरेंस नहीं होगा, जैसे कोपनहेगन एंड सिटी में, कि टीम्स सिट बैक करेंगी. तो जब आपकी टीम्स के एक्शन जोन्स उनके बॉक्स के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा होते हैं, लाइक दिस इज वेयर मोस्ट ऑफ द प्ले वाज कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड थ्रू आउट द गेम इनसाइड नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट्स बॉक्स, then you have to find different ways to score. And I think set pieces are a perfectly fine ways to score, man. अगर आपके पास aerial dominance है, अगर आपके पास अच्छे से tactics हैं to create opportunities in these pieces, in during set pieces, I think करो. Because as much as open play goals are a good indication of how fluid and converting, how lethal your attack is, right? कैसे हो शांतनु? अरे अयान भी आ गया. तुम दोनों ने कुछ ना कुछ मिला के करा होगा फिर. सो जितना लो ब्लॉक हम फेस करते हैं प्रीमियर लीग में, इट इज द लोएस्ट लो ब्लॉक ऑफ एनी टीम. इवन मैन सिटी से भी ज्यादा लोअर ब्लॉक है हमारा. लिवरपूल वर्सेस यूनाइटेड बस पार्क भूल गए. मैं भूला नहीं, बट दिस इज स्टैटिस्टिकली द लोएस्ट ब्लॉक in the Premier League this season. Why is Odegaard not shooting outside the box? Nowadays he tries to find players. I think a lot of people were criticizing him for his shoot first wala thing. And so he's creating a little more. Khair, the point is, when you have the lowest blocks, you can beat it in a few ways, right? One, जैसे किसी ने अभी point out किया, हर्षित ने जैसे कहा, shooting outside the box. Now, if you have players like Kevin De Bruyne, who can very reliably find from outside the box the goal, or you have somebody like Salah, who's an insane dribbler, ठीक है? Or you have somebody like, I don't know, like a prime Eden Hazard, right? Or you have Haaland, who just is a nice big body of striker in the middle of the goal. You leap the ball उसके सामने and उसने क्रॉस करके गोल मार दिया, right? So ये कुछ चीजें होती हैं गोल मारने के लिए अगेंस्ट द लोएस्ट ब्लॉक्स. दूसरी चीज जो सिटी ने अपने प्री हालैंड एरा में करा था, विच वाज कटबैक्स. वो साने, स्टर्लिंग वगैरह कटबैक्स बड़े करते थे. कि आप लाइन को बीट करो, पीछे जाओ, गोल मार दो. बट सो मेनी टाइम्स ऐसा होता था दैट सिटी वुड कम अप शॉर्ट बिकॉज कभी हेसूस कन्वर्ट नहीं करेगा, कभी स्टर्लिंग कन्वर्ट नहीं करेगा, समटाइम्स अग्वेरो वुड मिस, समटाइम्स साने वुड मिस. एंड सो आई वुड से that set pieces become a very important avenue of goal because teams don't give you space to operate. हम जब फॉरेस्ट वाला गेम देख रहे थे आर्सेनल के अगेंस्ट, the point was that every time we ended up in the corners of the stream, right, on the corners of the box, आप एक को ड्रिबल करते थे, यहाँ पे 6 डिफेंडर्स होते थे, वन ऑफ देम विल गेट द बॉल ऑफ यू. सो अनलेस यू आर अ ड्रिबलर लाइक साका जो प्लेयर्स को मैनिपुलेट कर सकता है, बड़ा मुश्किल है. इफ दिस वाज लिवरपूल, ट्रेंट इस वाइट वाले एरिया से आके एक बॉल लॉन्च करता, डियाज या न्यूनेस मार देते गोल, राइट. जोटा शूट ऑन साइट या फिर निकाल लेता है वो, जोटा इज वेरी क्लिनिकल, राइट. जो हेसूस वाला चांस था, जोटा उसको वहीं पे फिनिश कर देता, राइट. अगर हालैंड होता, ग्रीलिश वुड बी हियर और डोकू वुड बी हियर, they'd launch the ball to Haaland over here in the middle of the box and that's it, bang, goal. And so you will have to find different ways to score a goal. Don't ever take this the Arsenal to set piece से goal मारती है. भाई, it's a testament to the fact that we end up winning our matches because of set pieces, because we still found a way to score a goal. Set piece conversion, statistically, a corner is the worst way to find a goal. राइट, बिकॉज अगर आप, हम कॉर्नर गोल्स बड़े अच्छे से याद रखते हैं कि ये बंदे ने क्रैश किया, इधर हेड हुआ, इधर मारा, झपटी हुई, एंड देन उसके बाद कॉर्नर से गोल हो गया. बट सो मेनी कॉर्नर्स एक्चुअली गो कंप्लीटली यूजलेस, राइट. अगर मैं आपको 10 कॉर्नर्स दिखाऊंगा, मे बी वन ऑफ देम विल रिजल्ट इन गोल्स, राइट. दैट इज व्हाई even if, like, let's say Liverpool yesterday had 8 corners or 9 corners, if I'm not wrong, they scored none from their corners, right. राइट नहीं, लेफ्ट विंगर जो भी है, मतलब पेप प्लेइंग ग्वार्डियोल एज अ लेफ्ट विंगर, भाई पेप तो अलग ही लेवल का है. मीडियोकर ऑल ओवर आवर क्लब मैन, पॉच मेंटालिटी विल नेवर विन एनीथिंग. ऑलराइट, नाउ हम थोड़ा सा डाइग्रेस कर गए थे बिकॉज ऑफ सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस. लेट्स कम बैक टू चेल्सी नाउ. नाउ what is the first method of what is the first thing that needs to be changed? Is it the manager? हम पोल का रिजल्ट देख लेते हैं, या बोर्ड स्ट्रक्चर. नाउ अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर नाउ कमिंग अराउंड टू द फैक्ट दैट बोली भाई, it is Boli. 454 people voted. Thank you so much for participating in the poll. अगर इसी के साथ आप वीडियो लाइकिंग में भी पार्टिसिपेट कर लेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. We are right now at, if let me just check, we are at 168 likes, guys. Come on. हम 200 likes कर देंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. मेरे में तो likes अब दिखना बंद हो गए हैं. Sad. So yeah, if we can get to 200 plus likes, absolutely amazing. Poch tactics were too poor yesterday. Devesh, I disagree with that. What would you do different? Like, okay, if you believe that both तो यार obvious answer है quantum, but first क्या change होना चाहिए? Because I think you can take this in two ways. One, the tools that Poch is given and the fact that he has no say on transfers is already setting him up for failure. ये तो एक बात हो गई. दूसरी चीज कि यार देखो, एलिट क्लब्स में अगर ये स्ट्रक्चर अडॉप्ट किया है, अ मैनेजर शुड बी गुड इनफ टू एटलीस्ट नॉट बी इन 10th, राइट. अभी चेल्सी किस किस पोजीशन पे है? चेल्सी आर इन 10th अगेन, राइट. दे आर चेल्सी, आई कैन इमेजिन चेल्सी आर नॉट गुड इनफ टू विन अ टाइटल, but they're not so bad that they should be in 10th. Do you understand what I mean? If we don't beat Liverpool, we are done in the league. I agree, Mehdi. I agree. Chelsea lacking leaders. Thiago Silva's there. I would say to an extent Ben Chilwell is there. But kya, win, lose or tie 10th place till I die. So Devesh, what would you change? Saka and or Rodrigo this season? Answer only if you have watched Madrid. I have watched Madrid. This season, of course, Rodrigo, man. This season, unfortunately, of course, Rodrigo. But if there was an opportunity for me to trade Saka for Rodrigo, I will still keep Saka. I will still keep Saka. Bring back Jose to United or to Chelsea, because अभी तो वो भी आया था ना, sensational return of Mourinho to Man United, भाई, crazy. Mourinho is the answer. I don't think so though. I think it's more of a board issue. It was poor, bro. Look at our midfield setup yesterday. Caicedo was alone in the midfield. No, I agree. Caicedo was alone in the midfield, then he got subbed off, then Enzo was alone in the midfield. It's hilarious. All right, let me do a new poll. And this is for all the non-Chelsea fans that will really love this one. Who is the worst big money Chelsea signing in the last, अब मुड्रे को 1 साल हो ही गया, तो in the last year. All right. There is Enzo, there is Caicedo, and there is Mudrik. I think Mudrik will win this one very easily. But मेरे को देखना है Enzo Caicedo में. Actually, let me just remove Mudrik because Mudrik का मेरे को समझ आता है. No, you don't have to add options. I just want to close this and close this. Enzo or Caicedo? Which one is the worst big money signing? Mourinho more compatible with United or Chelsea? Depends on how this Ineos framework goes on, Zerato. If this Ineos framework goes on अच्छे से, uh, then yeah, I think he's definitely more destined and suited for uh, Man United. This Chelsea वाले board के साथ नहीं. Havertz, fair भाई, fair. But I still think Havertz has had a decent season. I mean, standards are on the floor, man. But he's not worse than this. And हम Chelsea की बात करें, boys. Come on. Um, Enzo, Caicedo. I don't know what the issue with Caicedo is. Option C dismiss. अच्छा. Come on guys, like this team. Caicedo तो इसी सीजन आया, तो लास्ट 1 ईयर में बात करो ना. बिग मनी साइनिंग तो दोनों है. Caicedo भी 100 मिलियन से ऊपर है, एंजो भी 100 मिलियन से ऊपर है, मुद्रिक भी 100 मिलियन से ऊपर है. Alright, I should have added Mudrik now on second thought. But very overwhelmingly, I think people believe that Caicedo should be the guy. One team from PLNCL whom you think you will stop City from treble. From the Premier League, it's Liverpool. From the Champions League, it is either Madrid or Bayern Munich. People say Caicedo doesn't prove 115 signings, but in my opinion, it doesn't prove 30 million also. भाई लिवरपूल फैंस तो इस पे बड़ा बड़ा खुश होंगे बिकॉज ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार इंतकाम देखेगी टाइप सिचुएशन हो गया. Poch needs to play his player in their own position. IDK what he's trying to do. Okay. Now stopping on like the laughs at Chelsea. Do you think if Chelsea did not have their injuries, सेंटर बैक्स में कांस्टेंट इंजरीज, अंकुंको को इंजरी हो गई थी, ये प्लेयर इंजर्ड, वो प्लेयर इंजर्ड, मुद्रिक की ट्रांसफर फीस बताओ कितनी है, रुक जा. Mudrik is 88.5, so he's not a 100 million player, but 88.5 million प्लस उन्होंने यूक्रेन को पैसे दिए, प्लस उन्होंने शख्तर के साथ एक फ्रेंडली मैच खेला. Poch made the right changes, started the lineup which all predicted. It was just players getting consumed by Liverpool, and that's what I was saying. जो देवेश भी कह रहे थे ना, I don't think it was a tactical issue मेरे हिसाब से. I think it was more of the fact that the Anfield effect took over and the inexperience of the players started showing. At some point of time, like one time I remember Gallagher slipped. One time I remember Enzo started shooting from outside the box, like very tame efforts. Sterling was asleep in defense, in coverage. Chilwell kept losing the ball. And I think after that 1-0 goal, na, jab 1-0 wala ho gaya tha, Chelsea started losing their minds. Fouls, stupid giveaways, everything started happening with Chelsea. And I think it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Mudrik could have started right wing and Sterling left wing. Broja yeah, but nobody wants Broja Devesh. That's the whole problem. Like in the last few games when Broja have started, the chances he's missed, everyone was saying that Broja cannot be our striker. I don't think Nkunku is fit enough to be the number 9 abhi. So he was on the bench. And I think Palmer becomes the natural choice unless you want to play Noni Madueke at number 9. सेनेगल में है आपका निकोलस जैक्सन, सो आप जैक्सन को नहीं खिला सकते उधर. Broja has been cheeks, bhai. Broja has been cheeks. And that's why I think they're also willing to let him go. Palmer was also slow. I think one thing about this Palmer thing is that अगर आप उसको false nine खिलाते हो, he is not the most effective there. He is somebody who's effective from a deeper area, जो attacking side पे जाता है, rather than attacking side से deep में आता है, and then he has to go back again. After seeing tomorrow's performance, Osimhen will stay away from Chelsea. Yeah, I think they will still pull off Osimhen, यार. आई थिंक ओनर्स की जब पीछे आग लगने लगती है ना पिछवाड़े पे, तो ना ओनर्स एक बड़ी साइनिंग करके दिखा देते हैं. एंड ये आई विल बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, इट इज ईरिली रिमाइंडिंग मी ऑफ व्हाट द ग्लेजर्स डू. व्हेन यूनाइटेड स्ट्रगल, दे एंड अप बाइंग कैसेमीरो फॉर 80-90. कितने मिलियन में कैसेमीरो खरीदा था यूनाइटेड ने? कैसेमीरो ट्रांसफर फीस, he was bought for 60 million pounds, right? So यही यूनाइटेड के साथ जैसे होता है ना, मेरे को लगता है अभी थोड़ी सी जब पीछे आग लगी ना ओनर्स के, बिकॉज ओनर्स के पीछे आपको दिख रहा है. इस चैट में ही लोग काफी कह रहे हैं कि मतलब लास्ट वाले पोल में कह रहे थे लोग कि यार बोर्ड स्ट्रक्चर नीड्स टू बी चेंज, सम फुटबॉलिंग पीपल नीड टू बी ब्रॉट इन. Who starts between Bradley and Trent against Arsenal? भाई start Trent. Of course you start Trent. ये सवाल एक गेम पे मत करिए करिए भाई. ट्रेंट जैसा राइट बैक इस दुनिया में नहीं है. देयर इज नो राइट बैक लाइक ट्रेंट. Chunk of profit for Madrid. Bhai, it's insane, bhai. It's absolutely crazy how Madrid made a profit on Casemiro also. He's worth it, Mrityunjay. यार मैं समझ सकता हूँ इट्स वर्थ इट कंप्लीटली बट दीज आर जस्ट वन ऑफ दो साइनिंग्स जो चल गए यू नो लाइक यू गॉट अ वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर यू गॉट अ वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर बट दिस वाजंट लाइक अ प्लान्ड प्रोसेस कि हमें कैसेमेरो एक बड़ा रिनाउंड डीएम लाना है. ये हो गया था जब यूनाइटेड 4-0 हार गई थी. आई थिंक देट वाज द सेकंड 4-0 लॉस और 4-2 लॉस. मतलब ब्रेंटफोर्ड एंड ब्राइटन से हार गई थी यूनाइटेड एंड पीछे इतनी जोर से पड़ गई थी ना जनता ग्लेजर्स के. तो उन्होंने फिर ये कैसेमीरो वगैरह खरीदना शुरू कर दिए थे. Jackson is the best out of all. Okay. Ratcliffe is cooking. Looks like right now. Yeah, looks like right now. What kit am I wearing? It's an old vintage Arsenal kit, man. It's a vintage Arsenal kit. उस पैसे से मैड्रिड ने बेलिंगम ले लिया. नहीं, ऐसी भी बात नहीं है. बट या दैट ऑब्वियसली कंट्रीब्यूटेड. मैकलिस्टर शायद अवेलेबल नहीं होगा संडे के लिए. देन इट्स ओवर फॉर लिवरपूल. लेट्स सी मैन. आई डिडंट सी हिम हैव एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ इश्यूज. डिड ही जब वो इंजर होके गया था क्या वो वापस आया था? बिकॉज Umesh bhai on the Discord was saying he was fine without any discomfort and everything. Exactly. I think it was Chouameni that you guys bought with that sort of money. And again, every transfer amortized होता है. तो चुआमेनी के आपको 70 मिलियन फीस भी होगी ना. आपने पूरे 60 मिलियन खर्चे भी नहीं होंगे. Yes, he came back. हाँ, तो जैसे उमेश भाई कह रहे हैं, I think if he came back and he was playing, then he should be fine. Plus Salah is back, guys. Salah is back. ये मत भूलिए. 8-9 मिनट खेला था. यूसीएल में बात करो आर्सेनल की. नहीं देख सकता स्ट्रीम ज्यादा टाइम तक. ऑलराइट सुमन. सो यूसीएल में आर्सेनल इज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट बिकॉज जैसे मैंने बोला सब अपने लीग के बाप दादा होते हैं. एवरी टीम इज अ टॉप 3 टॉप 4 टीम फ्रॉम देयर लीग एंड सो सिटिंग बैक इज नॉट समथिंग दे आर यूज्ड टू. जहां पे हम बड़ा थ्राइव करते हैं बिकॉज थ्रू आउट द प्रीमियर लीग वी गेट डबल ट्रिपल टीम फॉर आवर विंगर्स. हमारे स्ट्राइकर बुली हो जाता है, चांसेस क्रिएट नहीं करता है. मिडफील्ड पे ही सारा प्रेशर आ जाता है कि डेक्लेन के पास बॉल, फिर ओडेगार्ड के पास बॉल, फिर हैवर्ट्स या ट्रॉसार्ड या लास्ट के में स्मिथ रो के पास बॉल. And so, Champions League, Mayor Suman, we are a different gravy because teams don't sit back. They attack us. They want to dominate us positionally and attack भी हमें पीछे करना चाहते हैं. But then we thrive on that because we have some of the best creators from deep. ओडेगार्ड फ्रॉम डीप एब्सोल्युटली लेजेंड भाई. मतलब अगर आपने फॉरेस्ट वाला गेम नहीं देखा, फॉरेस्ट वाले गेम में ओडेगार्ड वाज इनसेन. बट आल्सो इन द चैंपियंस लीग जिनचेंको इज वेरी वेरी गुड. टॉमियासु इज वेरी वेरी गुड. एंड सो आई विल से that Champions League में when teams don't sit back against us, they suffer. PSV का मैं रिकॉर्ड अभी मैंने बहुत टाइम पहले बताया था. they have been unbeaten. 45 गेम्स थी उन्होंने इस सीजन खेली हुई. Record 23-24. Right, PSV are unbeaten right now. Yeah. Oh, they drew finally. Finally, they drew one game, guys. PSV finally drew one game. Congratulations to जिसने भी वो draw खेला PSV के साथ. But at one point of time 45 मतलब उनका था 18 games 18 wins 0 draws 0 losses. GD उनका plus 54 है guys. plus 54 का GD है PSV का. उन्हें 62 goals मारे हैं. And ये PSV को हमने धुनाई कर दी थी. We destroyed this PSV 4-0 because they kept on attacking. And we did this at their home as well, I think. So we beat them both home and away. Odegaard is not legend. Bhai, he is so good. What are you saying? What are you saying? And so I will say that in the Champions League, Arsenal can go really well, but we are against Porto, जो home पे बहुत अच्छी टीम है. They gave trouble to Barca. Barca fans आपको बताएंगे कि थोड़ी बहुत trouble दी थी. Dragao is not going to be easy. PSV, Dutch league. जहाँ पे Ajax की है. So it's a Dutch league. So I will say home leg पे, it's their home. It's going to be very difficult, but I think we will pummel them at Emirates. So my feeling is that we will go through this round into the quarters. फिर quarters में क्या होगा कोई पता नहीं because quarters में you can draw any team from anywhere. So आपको इंग्लैंड की टीम भी मिल सकती है. So we could end up drawing Man City for all we know. There is no restriction on drawing in the round of 16 onwards. And so देखते हैं यार क्या होता है चैंपियंस लीग में. I hope we beat Porto easily and one of the other teams moves forward. अगर हम देखें अगर चैंपियंस लीग के अभी टीम्स क्या हैं, UCL round of 16, right? Fixtures. Okay, there are no fixtures here. But आप लोगों को फिक्सेस प्रीटी मच पता है, राइट? नैप पोर्टो आर्सेनल है, सो होपफुली वी बीट देम. एंड इफ वी गेट समबडी लाइक, आई डोंट नो, इफ वी कुड गेट पीएसवी अगेन फॉर ऑल वी नो गाइस. अगर अब पीएसवी ने डॉर्टमंड को हरा दिया, सो वी माइट गेट पीएसवी अगेन फॉर ऑल वी नो. वी कुड गेट, चलो, लाइप्जिग लात्सियो तो नहीं मिलेंगे बिकॉज बायर्न एंड मैड्रिड विल गो पास्ट. बट इफ लेट्स से नापोली बार्सा में से नापोली अगर निकल जाती है आगे, तो मे बी वी गेट नापोली एज वेल. लॉन्स के अगेंस्ट भी आप हार गए थे, हॉस्टल एटमोसफेयर से थोड़ी तकलीफ हुई थी. आई थिंक लॉन्स के अगेंस्ट सबसे बड़ा इशू ये था दैट वी डिड नॉट एडजस्ट वेल इनफ टू देयर गेम प्लान. उनका गेम प्लान बड़ा इजी था, दैट लेट आर्सेनल हैव द बॉल इन देयर हाफ, जैसे ही वो लाइन क्रॉस करे फोड़ दो उनको. एंड आई थिंक इट कुड बी द एटमोसफेयर बिकॉज फेयर इनफ. बट जब वो रिटर्न लेग हुआ था, एंड आई थिंक वी एडजस्टेड टू देयर गेम प्लान अ लॉट बेटर एट आवर होम. वी बीट देम, वी हैड लाइक 5 goals इन द फर्स्ट हाफ मैन. क्या होगा अगर मैड्रिड या पीएसजी मिल जाती है, देखेंगे यार, फिर क्या होगा, देखना पड़ेगा क्या होगा. एवरीवन इज सेइंग अबाउट इंजरीज. मी अ बार्सा फैन विद 9 players injured and 2 played limping since yesterday night. भाई सबका होता है यार. कॉनर ब्रैडली को बेंच शायद ना करे क्लॉप, क्योंकि आर्सेनल से भी एमिरेट्स में अच्छा खेला था ब्रैडली. हाँ यार, ऑफ कोर्स. बट लेट्स सी हाउ दैट गेम गोज मैन. अगर एंजो एंटनी काइसेडो 100 million का है, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द आइडियल मार्केट वैल्यू फॉर एफडीजे इन द करंट मार्केट ट्रेंड? यार बताओ, इन लोगों की 100 million वैल्यू क्यों है? बिकॉज उनकी वेजेस भी काफी, आई थिंक, थोड़ी सी लो थी, सो उनको पोटेंशियल देख के आप उनको मूव करवा सकते थे. फ्रैंकी की प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं होगी कि उसकी वैल्यू कितनी होगी और टीम पैसे कितने कफ अप कर पड़ेगी. इट विल बी अबाउट द फैक्ट, कैन फ्रैंकी बी कन्विंस्ड टू टेक अ लोअर सैलरी? इफ ही टेक समथिंग लाइक 270, 280, 290, 300K, 300K भी मान लो, then a team would be able to cuff up something like 70-80. उसका 2025 में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट खत्म हो रहा है. एंड अगर बारसा रिन्यूअल ऑफर नहीं करती है, दे विल हैव टू सेल हिम. लास्ट ईयर ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अनलेस इट्स अ वेरी डेस्परेट टीम, वो 100-120 मिलियन दे देगा. आई थिंक एट वन पॉइंट यूनाइटेड आपको 120 मिलियन देने वाली थी बारसा को. बट आई थिंक इट विल बी नाउ 70-90 मिलियन मैन, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. Can easily garner 100%. Easily, he can cost 100 million. It's just about how much wages will he be able to take uska cut. We are the only club with 3 UCL and 3 ACL in a row. बाप रे. आर्सेनल को ट्रॉसार्ड खिलाना चाहिए. इसको ही मैं एक बनाऊंगा आज वीडियो for members only about what should we do with Trossard, because he's too good to be on the bench, but sometimes his starts are not good, but जब वो start करता है, he is a different gravy. Expecting any ullat fair, any small club beating a beast in the Champions League? Ooh. To be honest, the only two fixtures जहाँ पे मुझे लगता है कि smaller team can beat the bigger one is probably Arsenal, Porto and Napoli, Barca. I think ये दो teams जो है ना, Arsenal and Barcelona, बड़ी inconsistent है. So yeah, ESR or Havertz. If you want more smooth and flowing gameplay, then definitely ESR. Otherwise, if you want finishing, then Havertz. So I'd say Porto versus Arsenal and Napoli versus Barca. 2 games जहाँ पे upsets आ सकते हैं. Everything else, I think Paris will win against Sociedad. I think Inter Atletico में, as much as I like Inter, I think Atletico will beat them. I expect Dortmund to also win against PSV, although you never really know. Those are still fairly equally matched. Bayern are knocking out Lazio and City are beating Copenhagen. बाद में Real Madrid are beating Leipzig. So ESR is Emil Smith Rowe यार, हमारा academy talent है. 2 साल से नहीं खेला because of injuries and other issues. But he played yesterday, not day before उसने खेला था against Forest. He was really good. So nice to see him back. भाई इंजरी सबको है, इंजरीज अभी सबको है. किसी के पास डिफेंस नहीं है, किसी के पास अटैक नहीं है, हमारे पास एक ही लेफ्ट बैक है. तो ये सबके सब अपने साथ चलता रहता है. डोंट वरी. ओके, सो we've spoken about Liverpool, Chelsea. Let's speak a little bit about Manchester City. भाई Manchester City look back at the best. ठीक है, Kevin De Bruyne crazy. Bernardo looks good. Foden this season is balling. Julian Alvarez gets a nice 2 goals yesterday. कौन रोकेगा सिटी को? मैंने तो बोल दिया, मेरे हिसाब से तो इट्स लिवरपूल एंड रियल मैड्रिड इन दोस 2 कॉम्पिटिशंस. बट हु विल स्टॉप मैन सिटी? हु डू यू थिंक स्टॉप्स मैन सिटी? और डू यू थिंक इट्स अनस्टॉपेबल? इफ यू हैड टू सेट अप अ टीम टू बीट मैन सिटी, हाउ वुड यू इवन बीट मैन सिटी? मुझे तो ये समझ नहीं आ रहा. फिजिकल नहीं है, ही इज वेरी फिजिकल मैन. हालैंड और अल्वारेज आफ्टर ब्रेस एंड डे ब्रुयने रिटर्न, भाई बहुत मुश्किल है मैन सिटी को बीट करने के लिए. केडीबी को कोई किडनैप करो यार। आई थिंक सिटी को बीट करने के ना दो ही एवेन्यूज होते हैं। एक, पेप ने ओवर थिंक ही कर दिया, मतलब पेप हैज आउट पेप्ड हिमसेल्फ, ठीक है। दूसरा इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट थिंग कि अगर केडीबी को कोई गंदी सी इंजरी हो जाए, एंड दैट्स द ओनली टाइम यू हैव अ चांस मैन। ऑल्दो you could argue that when Rodri wasn't there, they struggled a lot, and that could be a thing. जब Rodri नहीं होता है, when Rodri is off form, जो बहुत कम होता है, to be honest, guys. Rodri gets a goal here and there. When Rodri is off form, that is the time you can probably control the middle of the pitch. But yeah, you can. The thing is, na, even in all the games that I have seen City lose in the Pep Guardiola era, maybe on one hand, I can count the number of games that City were probably dominated. Every other game I've seen City lose is either a sucker punch, जब वो फुल डोमिनेट कर रहे होते हैं बट दूसरी टीम दूसरे एंड पे जाके गोल मार देती है, ठीक है, और somebody is stopping City but not dominating. Like for example, Arsenal versus City इस season Emirates पे, I don't think we dominated City at all. I think बड़ा equally match था, बस we took one chance we got, उसमें भी lucky deflection होके गोल हो गया था हमारा, and that's it. That's how you, that's the kind of goal you score against City. You're letting other teams win, नहीं तो boring हो जाएगा. Fair enough, गौरव. मैं ये strat ही छोड़, you know, सोचना ही भूल गया मैं. No one, only if City have a bad day, then I think that's the most frustrating thing, yeah, Mr. Test. KDB को Saudi भेजो. Ruben Dias has been very crucial. All right, I have not been too happy with his performances, to be honest, this season. I would Diaz के साथ अभी कौन center back खेलता है? Ake, I think Ake has been really good this season, man. Ake has been super good. City defense ain't solid this season. City की सबसे बड़ी issue ये season यही है कि वो clean sheet नहीं रख पाते हैं. Diaz अच्छे फॉर्म में नहीं है. हाँ, I also agree. I agree, injury सबको है, but everyone has squad depth. If any team playing 3 under 18 youth players due to lack of depth, they would have crumbled as well. Fair enough. Havertz Leverkusen से आया था ना PL में, yes. Game of the season till now, probably City Chelsea 4-4. I think that will be it. City Chelsea 4-4 is probably it. Clean sheet, yes. City defense ain't solid ho gaya. City defense is shaky. Ake is our best defender, I agree. Ake is really good this season. Yeah, so defense is not their strong point, but the problem is getting to that defense. And City and Pep are such good defensive managers, man. Pep is such a good defensive manager. His defending is just keep the ball, man. Keep the ball, force the opponent into less dangerous areas, even if they have to attack. They have to work really, really hard to score a goal against Man City. अगर आप लिवरपूल वाले गोल्स भी देखो अगेंस्ट सिटी ना, most of them come from Salah and that couple of fast breaks, you know, those things that happen. Bye Suman, nice to have you here. Video like कर देना अगर नहीं किया. And guys, memberships are open, super chats are open, and stuff. So now what I'm going to do is, one, I will leave in the next 15 minutes because I have a meeting tomorrow जिसके लिए मुझे prepare करना है, and I will now turn the chat into members only. So by the time I do it, अगर किसी को अपने कुछ questions डालने हैं तो जल्दी से डाल दीजिए, because I am turning the chat into members only, and some members only comments only we will take, even if they're super duper less. No, not this way. दक्ष क्या कर रहा है? Streamer कैसे है तू? Customization. There you go. Chat is now members only. All right. So I hope Arsenal will win the Premier League. Thank you so much. Can Madrid beat City this season? I think they can. I think comparing it to, first of all, comparing this City to last season, City is also very bad for anyone who does that. I will also say that comparing this year's Madrid to last year's Madrid is bad on City's part. तो अगर कोई City fan बड़ा arrogant है जो कह रहे हमने तो धो दिया था Madrid को, I think this season Madrid is very different. कश बार्टिमो कुटिन्यो की जगह केडीबी एंड बीवीडी ले लेता कितना बढ़िया होता, एंड ही विल नॉट रिसीव हेवन ब्रव. भाई क्वांटम फाइटर वो तो अलग ही डायरेक्शन में चले गए. हेलो डॉक्टर विनय, कैसे हो आइस क्रैकन, नाइस टू सी यू. यू जस्ट जॉइंड इन फॉर द मेंबर्स ओनली चैट. सो नाउ if members have any specific questions for the last 15-20 minutes, we will take them now. तब तक अगर कोई जेनरिक है तो ये, what is my thought about post injury Virgil van Dijk? यार कुमारजीत, ACL injuries are very tricky. हाँ, sometimes people recover very quickly. जैसे आप पेड्रो नेटो को देख लो, पेड्रो नेटो doesn't look like he's missed a beat, but Van Dijk took 1 year off, right? when last year we were like full Van Disney memes chal rahe the, but he's back to his best, man. And sometimes it just takes a long time for ACLs to be fine. But yeah, I think he's back to his best. हम starting of the stream में बोल रहे थे Konate and Van Dijk make everything possible for Liverpool. um Hello Vinay. Hello, कैसे हो राहुल? Madrid can beat City but won't go into the game as favorites. Okay, that's a good point, you know, Tausif. मैं एक पोल डाल देता हूँ. I don't know if people can vote in the poll because I think non-members should be able to vote in the poll. But if City versus Real Madrid happens, do you think who will be the favorites? Who will be favorites in Real Madrid versus Man City? Okay, I'll put this as a poll. मैं RM कर रहा हूँ and मैं MCI कर रहा हूँ. All right, let's do this because that's a good important point. Who will be the favorites if these two teams meet? If you look at form, there is a good argument for Man City to be the favorites. But if you look at legacy, I think both managers are very good, equal in terms of pedigree, right? Carlo and Pep. If you look at defenders, yeah, Madrid is struggling right now with some defenders. I think Rudiger is there, Alaba is out, right? Uh, okay, defense, maybe both of them struggle a bit. Keepers, Lunin is fine. I would still give the edge to Ederson a bit. Midfield is very interesting because Chouameni, क्रूस मॉड्रिच और जूड देखते हैं ऐसे फोर मिडफील्ड भी खिला सकता है विद रोड्रिगो एंड विनिशियस आगे एंड जूड इन लाइक अ 9 रोल चुआमेनी कामाविंगा इट्स अ वेरी फेडे ऑफ कोर्स नहीं कोर्तवा की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं लूनिन बोला है मैंने सो आई विल से वहां पे उधर केडीबी बर्नार्डो फोर्डन ओह super stuff man. Inter is also very strong. I completely agree man. I completely agree. All right, let's see what the poll says. Who will go as favorites? 92 votes are in and 92 95 people, most people think that Man City will be favorites, which is very surprising for me. I thought log zyada chahenge ki they would prefer that, you know, Man City would be the underdogs. Do you want Barca in the quarterfinals? Yeah, I would not mind it. If I have a choice यार डब्बू कि क्या मुझे बारसा मिलेगी, क्या मुझे would I get Barca, would I get Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG? या अगर चॉइस इन सब में से है मैन सिटी, अगर इन चॉइस इन सब में से है एटलेटिको इंटर में से, I would say I would choose Barca because right now they look very shaky. They have their injury problems. So it is like one of the best times to play Barcelona. जब हम यूनाइटेड के अगेंस्ट खेले थे दिस सीजन, राइट, दे लॉस्ट बोथ देयर सेंटर बैक्स एंड देन मगवायर एंड एवंस आ गए थे और हम वो गेम जीत गए थे 4-2 या कितने जीते थे हम, 3-1 जीत गए थे हम वो गेम. We won that game 3-1 or something like that. And so the point is जब आपकी opponents weak हो, you would want a weaker thing. And I know सब बोलेंगे देखो चैंपियंस लीग में दक्ष भाई you have to beat anyone at every time. यार देखो of course logical बात है, but you would want as a team who's not been in the Champions League to be in the Champions League as long as possible because one, it is one of the two trophies you're competing for, and the higher you go, of course, the more luck becomes a factor, and sometimes luck favors you. The second thing is we get more money, man. We get more money. The ambitions जो हमारे हैं next season के, in terms of the kind of players we want to recruit. We want to recruit Osimhen or Tony or Zubimendi or Hato. All these guys we want to recruit. इसके लिए पैसे चाहिए. And Champions League is nice TV money. It's nice prize money as well. And जितनी कम teams, the one big factor जो आप लोग को शायद से नहीं पता हो कि जो एक लीग वाइज चैंपियंस लीग का ये यूएफए की तरफ से प्राइस पूल होता है ना, वो सब टीम्स में बढ़ता है. सो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर स्पेन में अभी एटलेटिको, बारसा, रियल मैड्रिड और सोसिएडाड है, तो जो चैंपियंस लीग मनी ला लीगा के लिए है, जो ला लीगा को होगा, वो 4 टीम्स में बटेगा. ये सेम प्राइस पूल मनी जब प्रीमियर लीग में बटेगा, इट्स ओनली गोइंग टू बी बिटवीन सिटी एंड आर्सेनल. एंड सो द लॉन्गर वी आर इन द कंपटीशन, दैट प्राइस पूल फॉर अस कीप्स इंक्रीजिंग बिकॉज देयर आर ओनली 2 टीम्स टू ईट दैट पाई. तो मेरे को तो बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा. I didn't watch the watch along video, so I don't know if you talked about this, but why are we not keeping clean sheets? We were amazing defensively last season. Yeah, it's just the problem is we just switch off, man. It's like that Man City wala issue also. Man City sometimes just switch off. Uh, Liverpool yesterday also just switched off 1 second to get Nkunku that goal. We just switch off. Even yesterday, आई थिंक एवरीथिंग वाज परफेक्ट इन डिफेंस, बस वो जिनचेंको ने उस प्लेयर को ऑफसाइड प्ले कर लिया, एंड दैट बिकेम अ ह्यूज इशू फॉर अस, ह्यूज इशू फॉर अस. And so that's what I really don't like. By the way, if you're a mod, you can still comment. So अगर आप member हो या mod हो, आप comment कर सकते हो. भैया मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, अकॉर्डिंग टू यू रेट द top 5 league referee standard. Yeah, I still think Premier League referees are much better than. I think I don't know about Serie A, to be honest. यार Serie A के कैसे referees है राहुल, आप ही बता पाओगे. But Premier League referees, for all their faults, are much better than La Liga referees. I will say this much. So they're not the worst. They're definitely not the worst. What type of wingers would work against Madrid? Jack or Doku? I think Jack. I think अगर आप डोकू को लाओगे, depends on who it is, right? Um, you know what? No, actually, I might actually change my answer to Doku, because if you're facing somebody like Carvajal, you could get some joy against him, मेरे हिसाब से. So who knows, man? I think I would prefer Doku because unpredictable है, rapid है, technical है. Problem is he can only play on one wing and he's not secure on the ball. So he can lose the ball very easily. That's the whole issue. I think that is what Pep is trying to change. सिटी बहुत स्ट्रांग है, IMO मैड्रिड कैन विन बट कांट बी द फेवरेट्स. बहुत होल्स हैं टीम में. ऑलराइट वकार. ब्रेंटफोर्ड मैनेजर वुड बी गुड फॉर यूनाइटेड. आई थिंक थॉमस फ्रैंक इज ड्यू अ बिग मूव एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यार. थॉमस फ्रैंक अगर एक दिन मूव करेगा, आई थिंक ही इज गोइंग टू मूव टू अ बिग क्लब. आई डोंट नो वेयर, but for United, who knows? He could be at United, he could be at Chelsea as well. But I think Chelsea के fans इतने अभी disjointed हो चुके हैं ना, ये up and coming names rather than the proven winners है. They'll stop, man. I don't think they'll accept Thomas Frank as a manager. He's going to be good though. He's going to be good. You prefer Madrid, says Rahul. All right. अरे 11 months राहुल. वकार. सिटी बहुत स्ट्रांग है, मैड्रिड का. अरे तू क्यों कर, अब ये मेंबर्स ओनली चैट है भाई, तेरे सारे चैट्स दिखेंगे. बट थैंक्स सो मच फॉर द मेंबरशिप चैट है वकार. 11 months कंप्लीट कर लिया. लव यू सो मच ब्रो. आई थिंक वी विल एडवांस टू द नेक्स्ट राउंड. आई कंप्लीटली एग्री, एंड करना भी चाहिए यार. मतलब दिस इज अ टीम that is capable of winning, that is capable of you know getting past. अगर टिम्बर वापस आता है, and let's hope it is more of a Pedro Neto sort of return from ACL rather than a Van Dijk. If Timber comes back at that point of time and he's good, if Thomas is back and we can manage his injuries, I think we can cook something, man. We can definitely cook something in the Champions League, at least for one more round. At least for one more round. Depending on who we get in the next draw, अगर बारसा मिलती है या Napoli, whoever wins from that round, if Inter goes strong and if Inter loses out, then we get Atletico. That will be a super interesting game because Atletico absolutely cooks. Maybe against PSG, who knows what happens against that. Zaire Emery and Mbappe are there, of course. तो वो भी बड़ा मुश्किल ड्रॉ होने वाला है. बट ये दिस इज आई थिंक ये जो ड्रॉ हमें मिला है ना पोर्टो वाला, इट्स अ नाइस नेचुरल प्रोग्रेशन फ्रॉम द ग्रुप स्टेज, वेयर ग्रुप में आपको एक काफी रिलेटिवली इजी ड्रॉ मिल गया था. देयर इज यू वर द बिग डॉग इन दैट ग्रुप एंड बाकी टीम्स वर सो इवनली मैच दैट दे वुड कीप टेकिंग पॉइंट्स ऑफ ईच अदर. बट जो अब इसके बाद हमें राउंड ऑफ 16 मिला पोर्टो, इट्स अ नाइस स्टेप अप. इट्स नॉट अ बायर्न, इट्स नॉट अ पीएसजी, सॉरी इट्स नॉट अ पीएसजी, इट्स नॉट हुएवर केम, इट्स नॉट अ नापोली एंड एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट. ठीक है भैया, पीएल और ला लीगा में समझ ही नहीं आते हैं भाई. ला लीगा वाले तो अलग ही ब्रीड है यार. मतलब honestly man, this La Liga wala thing with this whole VAR controversy, it's absolutely terrible, to be honest. How has Ivan Toney stayed fit at Brentford after January? He was almost the only big player linked with the move in December. I think it's a combination of, I think he wants to move. I think Brentford don't mind selling him. But ये वाले जो बड़े मनी moves होते हैं ना विनय, they have to be done earlier in the window because you need the team to also replace the quality, right? And so the later it went on, the less likely it became. Plus also the prohibitive fact is कि यार बड़ा एक्सपेंसिव है यार. मतलब they were asking for 90 million for Ivan Toney. अगर आपको लेना है 90 million यार, अभी कोई नहीं खर्चने वाला है उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे. देखो earlier in the window you wouldn't know what kind of Ivan Toney is returning, even though he was not unfit, but he had not played football in such a long time. अभी वो दिखा रहा है कि he's playing good. He's scored a goal I think in every game he's come back in. So yeah, agenda is going against Bayern that they are not good enough. Bhai, Tanveer, I think this is the biggest misconception. Of course, they might not be as ruthless as we have known Bayern to be historically. That is a decent point you can accept, मेरे हिसाब से. Um, but they have so many weapons, dude. They have Harry Kane. Number one, they have Harry Kane. ठीक है. They have Zane, who is so good. Leroy Zane is amazing. Gnabry is there. कोमन चलो अभी उसको इंजरी हो गई है. They have Musiala. ठीक है. Kimmich, Kim Min Jae. Neuer looks good again. He has been playing decently in Bundesliga. अभी मुझे लगता है they've been struggling for right backs. They have Matthias Tell also. भाई टेल को कैसे भूल गए, राइट? एंड सो मैं वही कह रहा हूँ यार कि Bayern being bad, I don't agree with this. I think Bayern will come alive when the opposite, when Bayern have to rise to the occasion. I think will come alive, and I think Thomas Tuchel is one of the most underrated managers in that aspect. There's a reason why Chelsea fans want Tuchel back, and there's a reason why, you know, if Man United sack Ten Hag, मेरे हिसाब से, then Tuchel should be one they should be keeping an eye on. I think Tuchel is an amazing manager. In fact, उसने खुद भी कहा है ना अभी कि going abroad appeals to me again. He doesn't mind going to Spain or England. So, you know, you never really know, man, कहाँ पे जाता है वो. VR company in La Liga is owned by Barca Socio. भाई बारसा सोशो वाले से मेरे को याद आया यार, मतलब मैंने जो आर्टिकल एक रीट्वीट किया था ना बारसा की फाइनेंशियल सिचुएशन पे, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली क्रैप मैन, इन द सेंस क्रैप फॉर बारसा. दे आर सो बिहाइंड द प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी रूल्स. उनके फिर से कटने वाला है. इवन इफ दे सेल, मैं सादिक भाई ने भी मुझे मैसेज किया था लास्ट स्ट्रीम पे चौंकी के बाद, even if you sell Frankie, you will probably be able to use like 60% of that money for your transfers. So it's mind boggling to me कि फ्रेंकी को बेचना भी काफी नहीं है. मुझे लगता था कि चलो फ्रेंकी बेच दो कि ठीक है, बट सादिक भाई also told me that फ्रेंकी की इतनी deferred wages हैं that you have to pay back right now. There's so many deferred wages. एक जो dead wage cap सादिक भाई बताते थे, उनको I'll get him on stream someday to explain it. Yeah, bankruptcy तो नहीं होगा. It's too big an institution to go bankrupt. It is just hamstrung, dude. That's the issue. And you know, एक चीज है इसकी La Liga वाली. A lot of La Liga fans say that, you know, oh, देखो, Bournemouth are buying this player for 30 million and we have trouble registering this player. Brighton are buying this player for 45 million. We have trouble registering. Sheffield ने Ben Brereton Diaz ले लिया 25 million में. हम क्यों struggle कर रहे हैं? This is why we need the Super League. I think Premier League ने एक बड़ा conscious decision बनाया था about revenue sharing, क्योंकि प्रीमियर लीग की भी हालत पहले ऐसी होती थी जहाँ पे मैन यूनाइटेड को सबसे ज़्यादा पैसे मिलते थे, क्योंकि मैन यूनाइटेड वाज द बिगेस्ट ड्रॉ इन द प्रीमियर लीग इन द 90s, राइट? उसके बाद जब रेवेन्यू शेयरिंग इंक्रीज हुई और मैन यूनाइटेड ने भी ऑब्वियसली कहीं ना कहीं उनका भी एक्सेप्टेंस होगा कि रेवेन्यू शेयर होगा तभी बाकी क्लब्स बढ़ेंगे, इट बिकेम वायबल फॉर अदर क्लब्स टू आल्सो थ्राइव. एंड अभी वो मेसी रोनाल्डो वाले एरा पे बार्सिलोना एंड रियल मैड्रिड को इतना बड़ा पाई का पीस मिलता था, बाकी सारे क्लब्स जो ला लीगा में उनको तो नहीं मिला. प्लस पोस्ट मेसी पोस्ट रोनाल्डो दैट दैट काउ हैज बीन मिल्क्ड कंप्लीटली मेरे हिसाब से. तो या मैन, फॉर बारसा टू हैव समथिंग रियली रियली इंटरेस्टिंग, आई वुड से कि बारसा को बेचना पड़ेगा यार. मतलब दे विल हैव टू सेल फ्रैंकी, get rid of his wages obviously, but they'll have to sell another one. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. For more, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I keep sometimes, mostly it's memes, but other times I also follow informational things. You can follow me at Global Waffles on Twitter अगर आपने नहीं किया है. You can also follow me on A4_Arsenal on Instagram and on Threads. Threads पे मैं ज़्यादा serious हूँ. Threads पे it's pure ball knowledge. But Twitter पे it's mostly memes and then a little bit ball knowledge. Tebas bringing equity cap will help in the future, and that's the thing. Right now, the problem is that Spanish clubs can't compete because the past structure has hamstrung every other team in La Liga. The present structure is hamstringing mostly Barcelona. I think Madrid is managing really अच्छे से. 7 साल से 10 साल वो बंदा है. I think yeah. कहीं ना कहीं Tebas is also not doing it too good. So yeah, I don't know, man. कहीं ना कहीं there has to be a short-term pain for long-term gain. The thing is, who will take that short-term pain? Is it okay for Barca to take that short-term pain and Real Madrid to take that short-term pain? Maybe. There's a reason they're pushing for that Super League, because they want to compete with the top teams in the world. And Super League is guaranteed money. Then there are talks कि elitism हो जाएगा इसमें. वो बड़ा मुश्किल है. बट देखते हैं सुपर लीग कैसे डेवलप होता है, कौन सी टीम्स आती हैं। अगर आप सुपर सुपर लीग के सीईओ की बात करोगे तो ही सेज दैट a lot of teams have secretly in confidence privately have expressed interest in the super league, but they have said कि हम अभी कुछ बताएंगे नहीं. I have a feeling Arsenal is one of those teams. I feel Arsenal will support the super league because उनकी स्टेटमेंट भी बड़ी नॉन कमिटल सी थी. चलो गाइस, आप लोग भी जा रहे हो, मैं भी चलता हूँ. 15-20 minutes हो गए हैं. We'll keep trying this. Hopefully it drives up the memberships as well because I want to give काफ़ी एडिक्वेट टाइम टू एवरी क्वेश्चन. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी राहुल के, सॉरी राहुल का नहीं, बट एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम यू नो जनरल ट्रॉसार्ड्स एंड डब्बूज एंड एवरीवन्स क्वेश्चंस, आई वांट टू गिव इट प्रॉपर टाइम फॉर डिस्कशन नेक्स्ट टाइम. बट मैं चलता हूँ. वीडियो लाइक कर देना अगर आपने नहीं किया है. सब्सक्राइब इफ यू आर न्यू. आई डोंट सी द व्यू काउंट और द लाइक काउंट, बट आई होप आपने हमें 200 के आसपास कर लिया, क्लोजर टू 250. थैंक्स सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. लव यू ऑल. सी यू ऑल सून. टाटा. बाय बाय. सी यू.